Welcome to our Tuesday live leadership chats. Today I'm talking around supervision, coaching, mentoring, counselling, and spiritual direction. And in particular, how are they different to each other? We've got a number of questions more lately around supervision and how is that different to coaching? Because professional supervision has received lots of interest over recent years. Following the release of the Royal Commission here in Australia, the recommendations calls for each religious institution to ensure that all people in religious or pastoral ministry, including religious leaders, have professional supervision with a trained professional or pastoral supervisor who has some degree of independence from their institution. And so as a coaching organization, we often get asked, what's the difference between coaching and supervision or other helping disciplines that are around, such as mentoring, counseling, or spiritual direction? And it can be really easy to get confused. And so today I'm going to share a metaphor with you that will hopefully shed some light on some of the key differences. My name is Kylie Butler, and I'm a part of Christian Coaching Institute, which is Australia's leading Christian coaching organisation. We've been coaching and training leaders in coaching for over 10 years now. So let's dive in and have a look at these 5 helping disciplines: coaching, supervision, mentoring, counselling, and spiritual direction. We're going to start with coaching because that's what we are, the Christian Coaching Institute. And in particular, we're going to look at the definition by the International Coach Federation. And so coaching partners with coachees in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. Let's jump next to supervision. Supervision is a forum where supervisees review and reflect on their work in order to be able to do that better. Mentoring is about sharing knowledge and skills and life experience to guide somebody else to reaching their full potential. This is from the Mentor Support Network. If we look at counselling, the definition comes from the Australian Counselling Institute, which is counselling is an interpersonal relationship to enable people to develop self-understanding and make a change in their lives. And then finally, spiritual direction. This definition's from Grafted Life Ministries. Spiritual direction is accompanying someone to share their spiritual journey, to notice God's presence and activity, and to help the person deepen their relationship with God. These can appear quite similar, and in some ways they are. There are some key similarities across all of these disciplines. The first one is obvious, being collaboration. In each of these, the coach, the supervisor, the counselor, whoever that might be, they are collaborating with the client in order to be able to have a key goal or an outcome worked on, however that might be. The next area is confidentiality, and this is key in all of these relationships. Confidentiality is key and important. The next area that's the same is around rapport. It's really essential that in each of these helping disciplines that there is great rapport, intimacy, and a non-judgmental space in order for people to develop and grow. There's also active listening. This is such an important element of each of these 5 disciplines. A good coach, counselor, spiritual director, or mentor or supervisor, they have to be able to listen well and be a great listener along the way. But now I want to share a little metaphor with you. Now go with me here. No metaphor is perfect. There's going to be plenty of holes in it, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of an idea of some of the differences. I want you to imagine a beautiful, expansive lake, pristine water, a lake that is so large that you can't see the other side. The landscape around it is stunning. On one side of the lake is the accommodation that you're staying at. Let's call that destination A. And on the other side of the lake is the accommodation that your closest friend is staying at. And so let's call that destination B. Now, I'm going to leave the type of accommodation that you'd like to stay in up to your own imagination, whatever you'd like that to be, whether you want that to be a shack or a magnificent beachfront with lots of glass, however that might be for you. But back to the lake. So on the lake is a sailboat, a yacht. And the yacht is going from destination A, your accommodation, to destination B, your friend's accommodation. Now, you can choose to go there via a straight line, or probably tacking a little bit back and forward in a yacht, or you could take the scenic route, or you might pause and actually stop and do some fishing or some scuba diving halfway through. But the goal is getting from destination A to destination B. And this is a little bit like coaching. You are currently at destination A. This is your current situation, where you are right now. But you would like to get to destination B. But how are you going to get there? Coaching is about future focus, forward moving, setting direction and the goals that help you to move forward. A coach periodically checks in with you, works with you, and helps you move towards destination B. As you are underway on your yacht, you turn around and you notice the wake from the boat. The waves that are caused by the impact of the boat on the water. This is a little bit like supervision. It's about reviewing and reflecting on the impact of your work. This could be the impact that you're having on others, on yourself, or on the organization. And this can take various forms. It could be formative, restorative, or normative. But a supervisor helps you to turn and consider the impact, and in particular, the impact of your work. And as you continue on your yacht, you realize that you're not quite where you need to be, and you're not quite sure where you are, and maybe you're a little lost, or maybe you're just unsure. And so you call on a trusted skipper, someone who knows the lake well, and they travel along in front of you, and you follow their lead. You go where they go, and you learn what they have learned about traveling these waters. This is a little bit like mentoring. It's about someone who has the knowledge, skills, and experience in a particular field that you'd like to learn from, and so you follow their example. About halfway across the lake, the yacht seems to slow. The sails drop, and the engine is no longer working efficiently. Maybe you've become snagged in something and it's causing some drag, or maybe you've run out of fuel, or maybe there's no wind. And so you dive into the water and you check what's going on underneath. And you realize that some time ago in your nautical adventure, your yacht began collecting barnacles, some in large clumps and some in small. But it's going to take some time to intentionally clean and clear them off. The barnacles have slowed you down. You can still keep going, but the yacht is not as effective and efficient as it could be. This is a little bit like counselling. It's doing the deep work, the healing work, the cleaning out work, taking a look at what might be holding you back or slowing you down or hurting you in order for you to be able to make some changes for the future. A counsellor helps you to take notice of the barnacles and shows you how you can clean them off. As you continue underway, the waves begin to swell and the wind begins to pick up, and you realize a storm is coming. Suddenly you think about the keel of the yacht. Is it intact? The keel is the main structural member, the backbone of the yacht. It runs down the center of the bottom of the hull. The keel is what keeps the yacht upright. It helps the yacht to cut through the water with ease, regardless of the circumstances. It helps it to be stable and sustainable. But if the keel is broken, then the yacht will not be able to withstand the storm. With the keel intact, we can trust that we will weather the storm. Spiritual direction is a little bit like this, helping us to pay attention with what God is doing in our lives, deepening our relationship with the one who can be trusted, the one who keeps our yacht afloat and intact. And so Thus endeth my metaphor, but in a little bit of a summary. So coaching is around looking forward, goals, working towards getting to a destination, going from destination A to destination B. Supervision is about the impact of your work on you, your colleagues, your organization. This is about reflection on the wake. Mentoring is about learning from and following others, a fellow seasoned skipper. Counselling is about helping you solve your personal or emotional issues that might impact your journey. This is a little bit like the barnacles that are caught up underneath the yacht. And spiritual direction is about returning our focus to God and our journey with Him and deepening our relationship with the one who can be trusted, the Keel. Each of these helping disciplines are useful and beneficial in different contexts. And we haven't even covered all of the possibilities that might be here. One of the things that CCI has just launched is we've got a number of our team now that have become professionally qualified in professional and pastoral supervision. So we can actually offer you or your team professional pastoral supervision within a coaching framework. So if you love coaching, but you need supervision, we're able to integrate a little bit around both of those helping disciplines to help you in the roles that God has placed you in. We'll post some details in the comments below. So today we talked about supervision, mentoring, counselling, spiritual direction and coaching. And as a coaching organisation, we often get asked, what are some of those key differences? And so we covered off each of those 5 today. We talked about coaching, supervision, mentoring, counselling, and spiritual direction. And we used the metaphor of a yacht, and there's lots of different pieces in that to talk around the differences. Hopefully that metaphor has been helpful for you today. But if you got some further insights in this, we would love to hear from you. So please put a comment in, share with us what might have been some of the insights as you heard these differences today. It's been great to chat with you today. We look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Have a great day.